You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I have Olivia joining us this afternoon from Northern Nevada Public Health to discuss a very cool boot camp that they are offering next Tuesday. And Olivia, I've got to say, I am the first person to take a look at which restaurants have passed and failed food inspection. And NMPH is putting on a boot camp to help people understand what all those grades mean.
Yes, and thank you so much for having me. So we have the chance to talk about some of these cool resources that we're offering at Northern Nevada Public Health. We have noticed that there's an increasing interest in health inspection scores and local food establishments, and this specific boot camp is all about the information that community members need and that business owners need to interpret health inspection scores, understand the inspection process, and know what they're reading when they are looking at a violation.
Absolutely, because you hear violation, and I'm sure that there are stages between okay, this person was put on notice, they just have to fix it by next week, and oh my gosh, this place was shut down, right? And how many restaurants do we have in our community, and truly, how many restaurants pass?
So we have just under 4,300 food establishment permits in Washoe County, not including our special events permits that we issue. And about 85% of those restaurants receive a passing score. And one thing that I always want to make sure I'm messaging out to the community is that when we are marking a violation, if it is an imminent health threat that can't be corrected while we're out there, that permit is suspended until that health threat is corrected. So anytime a restaurant is left operating, they've either corrected the violation or had no violations observed.
Well, that's good to know too, because also, and then you use the term imminent threat. What type of threat does it take for there to be a shutdown?
So we have two violation categories that we mark. There's the non-critical violations, which are the supportive actions to maintaining a safe and sanitary restaurant and kitchen environment. And then there are the critical violations. And those are the ones which, if they're left uncorrected, can get somebody sick. That would be something like they don't have a functioning restroom, or they are not properly washing their hands. They don't have the ability to wash hands. Something like that. Maybe they don't have refrigeration that's working and they can't keep the food cold. If those are uncorrected, they can get somebody sick pretty easily. They have that supportive environment for bacterial growth or virus spreading. And those ones, if they can be corrected on site, we work with the operator to make sure those do get corrected so they can continue to operate safely. If they cannot be corrected, then the facility has their operation suspended until it is corrected. And there's always a path to success. There's always a path to correcting mistakes. And that's what we're so especially excited to work with our food establishment operators on.
Well, and we know how popular the public information is when it comes to restaurant inspections, right? We see it, whether it's online, people are looking at your app. What is it? Washoe Eats?
Washoe Eats.
Washoe Eats, right. And so this is of major interest to the community. So what do you want people at home to know if they can't make it to your boot camp on Tuesday? What are some of the key takeaways from this class that people are going to get?
So I'll always be happy to plug our Washoe Eats app. It is a wonderful app where people have access just on their phone to relevant health information at restaurants and to their recent inspection scores, any violations that maybe were observed at that recent inspection. What I really would like people to remember at home, again, is that everyone can make mistakes in restaurants. Our goal as Northern Nevada Public Health inspectors is to help restaurants to correct those mistakes before they become an issue. And what I am so happy to say is that most restaurants are able to correct those mistakes and willing and happy to. And we have a wonderful working relationship with so many of our restaurants in Washoe County that we can act as partners with them to make sure the food and the food supply in the community is safe.
I feel like you really just kind of answered it, but I'm going to ask again. If somebody sees that a restaurant has a violation and then they want to go back to that restaurant and the restaurant is open, how can they trust that that restaurant is safe to eat at?
Yeah. So again, this is just my bread and butter. I absolutely love, I have the privilege of working in the education side of things. So when we have a violation observed at a restaurant, if they receive a non-passing score, they are required to attend a class for writing policies, safe food handling policies. It's called our active managerial control class. So right then and there, they have an educational intervention for violations. Following attendance at that class, they do receive a re-inspection where we go back out to the facility and we assess whether or not there has been long-term corrective action of those violations at that restaurant. At that time, we do issue them, issue the restaurant, that is, a new health inspection placard. So the individual who's interested in going to their restaurant should be able to see that either on the Washoe Eats app or on the health inspection placard that's posted at the restaurant, that there's been improvement made, that they've instituted those long-term corrective actions. Maybe they've done additional training with their staff. They've written a policy to help keep safe food handling practices under control.
That's great.
Yeah, and really education is the primary intervention that we love to provide.
Well, speaking of education, if anyone is interested in taking this particular class, where do they go to register and where is it?
So it is at our Washoe County Administrative Complex that is on East 9th Street. And it's just in our main training room. It's conference A and B in building B. And it's at 9:30 on Tuesday morning. And really everyone is welcome. With our educational classes, we really emphasize accessibility. The course is free. We have written materials in 6 different languages, and we do have a live or real-time translation app that people can log into and use.
Fantastic.
And yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. If I wasn't going to be here, I would be there because that just sounds like the coolest class. Olivia, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're watching 2+U Nevada.